And we're in. hello, everyone.
What time the standing was in there? Sorry.
You look a bit skinny there, Andrew. I was wondering.
Yeah. You're getting a bit fatter with these.
Welcome, everyone, to Collectively Speaking. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We've got our special guest tonight in Ed's Retro Geek Out. Welcome, Ed.
Hey, guys.
We're doing something a bit spooky tonight. We're looking at our collections and trying to find something a little bit creepy, our creepiest figures. We thought, who suggested that? I think it was you, Dave, wasn't it? It suggested.
Yes, it was me. Even though I'm probably the person who least likes Halloween and horror films and all that kind of stuff, I did suggest it. Yeah.
I don't know, Dave. I think I'm weird. I think I'm not a horror guy, but yeah.
I thought Ed might be interested because I know you get a lot of different type of figures. You're a very eclectic collection, and I'm sure you got a few interesting figs in the collection.
Yeah, I got a couple weird things for sure.
Good. Very good.
We know you have more than a couple there, Ed. We know you have.
Yeah,
we've seen your videos.
How's everyone going? We'll go around the room.
Yeah, good, mate.
Yeah, we'll start with you, Lukey. What have you been up to then?
Yeah, well, like I say, I was about to say not a lot. Completely away from toys. We've had a couple of issues at home that sort of set the red alert button going. Nothing that we haven't sorted out now. But other than that, just normal work, filming, and yeah, that's about it. Nothing too exciting, unfortunately.
Well, it depends on what's been going on. Maybe that.
Yeah, we had a bit of a leak.
Something I don't need.
Yeah. Well, excitement I didn't need. We had a leak earlier in the week through our hallway ceiling, which was fun. We had a boiler pipe burst underneath the floorboards on the first floor, and it was like midnight on Sunday. Just had water gushing through our light fittings in the hallway. That wasn't fun. But other than that, I'm all good.
Good. Dave, how you been going?
I'm good. As I said earlier, I'm still waking up from a early Sunday morning. This is my day of lying. What have I been doing apart from obviously the usual day-to-day stuff of work? Last weekend, I attended Echo Base Live in Redditch in the UK.
That was great.
Cool.
Look bigger than normal, Dave. Is that right? Look bigger than last time I went.
Well, the last couple of times they've expanded to another kind of area in the shopping centre. So beforehand they had one big hall. Now there's a big hall.
Yeah, when I went, it was just one hall. So they've got more than one now.
They've got more than one, yeah. But it's not packed in that second room, but it is expanding. It was pretty busy. I don't think it was as busy as it has been, but other people say it was rammed. But yeah, it was good to meet up with the crew, and I didn't really pick up anything. I just picked up that one Galactic Funk record from back in the 70s.
That's good. That's cool.
That was disco awesome. Star Wars variant. But good times.
Yeah, sometimes it's just about the socializing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And Ed, welcome. It's good to have you back on the channel. I think it's 18 months ago.
Cool. I've been busy. Yesterday we had like our big toy convention called Vintage Toys of the Universe in Belgium, and it was just like just a wild day, honestly. Like like it flew by. I think I went over there at 8 in the morning and I was still there at like 5, and it was like, oh, it's already 5? Really? Seriously?
Wow.
So bought a lot of stuff, sold some stuff.
Yep.
And after that I went to play a show. Then I got home at 3 in the morning and now I'm here.
Ooh, yeah.
And I'm complaining about being tired.
Wow. Yeah.
Well,
I won't more again.
That show in Belgium, how big is that? Because you've been to the NEC, haven't you? Yeah, it's like I want to say like half of the NEC, maybe 2/5 of the NEC, but definitely worth it due to like vendors only take up like 1 or 2 tables. I guess like NEC does that as well, but I've been to conventions where it's like there's like 9 tables. It's just this one guy. Yeah. I kind of like
I generally like it a lot more if there's different sellers because it allows for more trading or opportunities or like price differences, and that way you can kind of like at least have more um, an opportunity to find a deal. So that's great about this one. What Vintage Toys of the Universe does is Stefan, he actually goes out and he looks for collectors that are deciding to sell some stuff or part with some stuff. He's making them like, no, come on, just try it, come over, and whatever you want to get rid of, just put on the table. So there's like wacky collections that are getting presented for the first time ever, and probably like only at that convention, because he creates like a rapport with those collectors and provides them with like a somewhat nice environment to sell off their things.
Cool.
Because like a lot of us were like, I don't want anybody to know we have all this stuff. Well, apart from like us YouTubers, obviously, because you see it every week. But a lot of them are still like, yeah, I have some stuff, but it holds a monetary value. So.
Yeah.
How many tables are at the vintage?
I don't know by heart. I think like 200 or 300 tables.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
So
decent sized event. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's grown. This is the 4th edition, and yeah, it was just amazing. Honestly, we have people from the UK, people from Netherlands, Germany, France. So it was really good.
Cool.
Does anyone like? This is a bit of a question to everyone. Like in Australia, we don't really do Halloween. Like it's just a small thing in Australia. It's big in the States, obviously, but UK and Belgium, is it? What do you do over there?
In Belgium, it's not really done except for maybe a couple streets where like the community wants to do it, but I've never witnessed it. I know people that actually go from Belgium to the UK, so I'm kind of like wondering, like, is there more of a tradition there where they like kind of like introduced it the same as in the US?
Dave?
Do you want to take it, Dave? Or?
Well, it's nowhere near as manic as it would be in the States. I mean,
No.
I've always had a vision in the States of that ET scene when they're all just walking around, in their costumes and stuff. I've never seen it in the States, so I can only assume that it's something like that. And certainly, if I watch people's videos, they go crazy decorating all their houses and what have you. I would say it's picking up a little bit here in the UK. Typically, the only well, especially around where I am, the only way that that it's Halloween is because people are knocking on your door for a trick or treat. That's pretty much the sort of main event, at least around my way. But you can see people are beginning to put decorations up, and ghosts and ghouls and stuff in the gardens. So it's definitely picking up, but nowhere near as bad as it is in the States.
In the States. When I was a kid, it never really seemed to be a thing when I was a kid. In the UK, like you say, it got to the night itself, and a few kids were knocking on your door, trick or treating or whatever. But you didn't go out and see houses covered in cobwebs, and I think it just didn't. It just weren't a thing. Whereas now, like Dave says, it is getting a little bit bigger in the UK. There's a few houses down our street sort of done up, but yeah, still not massive. But it does seem to be picking up a bit of pace each year.
Yeah, it must be the same. Okay, same here, I think. Yeah, Scotty, how you been?
I've been good, mate. Just pretty quiet weekend on this front. Had a fair bit going on lately. Obviously, we did the Newcastle toy hunt a couple of weeks ago, and so just kind of chilling and editing on my side. But I have to tell a Halloween story. Halloween is definitely gaining steam in Australia, but when I was a kid, it was a total non-event. But I was always into the monster stuff, monsters and the macabre as a kids to trick or treat. And it was my one and only trick-or-treating experience. And there was about maybe 10 of us that did our street, my childhood suburb, neighborhood as a kid. And I had this is the kind of kid I was. I had a Don Post mask of American Werewolf in London, and I'm like 10 years old. And I made like a ripped up outfit and like put black paint all over me and stuff like that. And it was such a fail. Like none of the parents were prepared. They didn't have any sweets for us or anything like that. And that was, you know what I mean? Because again, like nowadays, I'm in an apartment. When I used to live in a house as an adult, I would always have something just in case, because it's, I used to think of myself trick or treating that one time as a kid, and all these like mums being like, "Oh, I think I've got some muesli bars. Do you want those?" Like, and it just being such a fail. But yeah, that was my one and only trick or treating experience as a kid, because I was into monsters. I wanted to do cosplaying before cosplaying was a thing, and it was a bit of a disaster. But nowadays, where I live, I do see all the kids out on the street trick or treating, and it's awesome. I love it. But none of them seem to dress up like monsters and creepy things. It's all, whatever's the latest kids film that has them, or Fortnite characters and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
well, that's one thing I was going to say, Scott. I mean, in the UK, when kids get dressed up, they generally get dressed up as something scary. But in the US, they just dress up as anything, don't they? And it's deemed acceptable, and it doesn't even seem like it's connected anyway to anything scary or Halloween. It's just cheerleader, and you're like,
that's right. Yeah,
but yeah.
Does it have a knife through its head at least, like the cheerleader?
Nah, I don't think so.
Is it a zombie version of whatever the character is?
Murdered cheerleader.
Dear. How you going, Andrew?
Yeah, good.
Why should I call you Butcher? How you going, Butcher?
Butcher of the Dead. Yeah, Butcher of the Dead is actually my PlayStation name. So when I get on there and play Fortnite myself, that's my name. Yeah, but it's going good. Just clearing the toy room out for your visit on next weekend, and we're going to do some filming. So have to move everything out so we can actually move in here. So it'll probably have the same problem too, just constantly moving things around.
Imagine having a toy room the size of yours, Andy, and you've still got to move things around when you want to have something there.
It's that classic hoarders mentality. They pick something and go, "Oh yeah, I'll put it over there," and and you pick it up and move it over here. And but it took ages just to pick some stuff out of the for tonight. I got quite a lot of stuff actually, but
cool.
So
very good.
It'll be good.
Well, it's funny because I said to Andrew, I said, "Oh, you must have a bit of stuff." No, I've got nothing. And I'm like, "You got to be kidding, Andrew." And so, like, slowly as the week's been progressing, Andrew will message me and go, "Oh, I know I've got this. Oh, I've got this." So it's like all of a sudden things are starting to come to him. And I'm said, make sure you got some spiders for Dave, because he loves spiders.
Yeah, he loves. I did contemplate getting Tarantula and Skulk out just for Dave, but I didn't do it, Dave. Don't worry, I didn't do it.
We've even got a mystery dead guest on the show. He's in there. We can show him later on. He's a mystery dead guest.
Wonder, do people need to guess in the chat, like who the
they need to guess in the chat who the mystery dead guest is.
So Andrew, I've got this vision now that somewhere in the back corner of your room, an area that you haven't been to for like 2 decades, is all cobwebby and just and the whole for the last week you've just been exploring the area and discovering stuff that you haven't seen for 2 decades.
Yeah, where I breed the funnel webs in the corner. Yeah, and the red backs. Which is not half true, because what I'm finding is I went around to get some figures, and the daddy long legs have done the across from a toy, and you step in it and go, "Oh, I hope that isn't already a redback," because they do get in.
This is why I live in Australia.
All right. Well, let me get to the chat and see what's going on there, and then we'll get stuck into some action figures. All right, we've got Dino. Oh, he's ready for this one. Let's go. Well, this is one. I think this is one of your biggest fans, Dino, from Totally Taylor Retro Hunters.
Yeah, I know them.
Yeah. He must be commenting. I think Instagram, YouTube. I think he probably comments on every video, every picture. We've got Nate, the Retro Tinker. G'day, Nate. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Yeah. He's saying hello to some people there, are you? Just a few more. This is saying hello to each other. I'm just skipping through. These two are just having a good old chat. We've got Jules.
Hey, Jules.
Jules, thanks for joining us, Jules. We've got Ollie. G'day, Ollie. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your nomination. I've seen that pop up on Instagram today.
Yeah, congrats, Ollie.
Yeah, it was awesome. And we've got Insane in the Toy Brain. So that's probably Dan and Monique, I guess.
Hey, guys.
thanks for hanging in and joining us. Sorry, just going through. I'm certain that Ed's excellent videos are the reason the KO market is spiked.
Who knows? Yeah.
I don't think so, man. I hope not.
I'll tell you what, Ed. I do believe that between yourself and what's the guy's name? Froggy Flips, is it? I think between you two, you've probably sparked a massive interest in all the gross out toys now. Because wherever I go at shows, everyone is buying those Mad Balls and all those kinds of things.
No, I bought this stuff yesterday.
That's Ed's first one.
I mean, it just all looks so cool.
Yeah,
Why would you not pick it
I
up?
love the wind up.
And like nobody used to care about it, you know.
No,
Yeah.
that's exactly right. This is just a global cast of toy legends. Oh, thanks, team.
If only.
We got Jason. Good
Hey,
morning. Jason is in the UK. We've got Nick, Action Podcast.
Hey up, Nick.
Morning or evening, yeah, depends where we are. It's Jason, like especially. Oh, well, thank you very much for that. We've got Pete, PGM Show.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Pete.
Tuning in. He's from New Zealand. Just anyone else is saying anything? We've got Connor from Fuller's Figures. G'day, Connor.
Hey,
Thank
Connor.
you.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah. I've got Nick Smith. G'day, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Mate.
We've got the Minikins boys.
Hey, fellas.
Collectibles,
Yeah,
yeah.
hey.
Oh, wonderful to see you next weekend, guys. Halloween is slowly growing in popularity here in Australia.
Yeah.
Probably because we grew up watching American TV. Yeah, that's exactly right. We're heavily influenced by Americans, aren't we, out here?
We are indeed.
Our little village has arranged route for the parents to take the kids.
Right, okay, yeah, that's quite a good idea. Yeah,
Got a
and then
pumpkin out, getting your door
there's
knocked. Okay.
a sign, right? Okay, so if you've got a
Do you know? I think one of the reasons it may not have sort of kicked in so quickly here in the UK is we've got bonfire night, like the week after,
yeah,
and I think a lot of people probably look forward to that more, especially.
Mhm.
I mean, you'd have like firework displays, of course, and then you'd light a bonfire. I think the bonfire lighting is probably not quite as
well,
so frequently
bonfire
done
night
now.
used to be great when we were kids.
Yeah.
But now it's like a health and safety event.
Yeah.
You know, when we were kids, there was obviously burgers, hot dogs, fireworks, and you could get as close to the bonfire as you liked. It was like you were literally like right on top of it. Now there's a big barrier around it, and you can only go obviously so far, and then you're miles away from the fireworks. Like I know you've got to be obviously at a safe distance, but you could get quite close to them when I was a kid. Now fireworks are done like half a mile away, and you have to stand. And it's just So it was. I think it was a much better event when we were kids, but now it's literally
What's
just
bonfire
health and
night?
safety galore.
What's that celebrating?
So that's celebrating Guy Fawkes and trying to blow up the Houses of Parliament, and so kids would walk around. Traditionally, kids would walk around with. When I was a kid, what you would do is you would get a bunch of mates and you would get like an old pram. You would find someone who had a pram, and you would get an old pram. And you would make a dummy guy, so you would literally get maybe old bed sheets and balled up paper, and you would try to make almost like a life-size doll, to throw on the fire. But that kind of doesn't happen anymore, and it's not what it used to be, like a lot of things.
Yeah, okay. I thought, because we used to have fireworks, I think that was Queen's birthday weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we used to have fireworks and used to be able to do that in your own backyard. But of course, people who, the way they are, they stick their heads in front of a firework, and next they're losing an eye.
Yeah.
Next it's getting banned.
Yeah.
So, it's the good old days. We could do that. It's scary enough when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah, preaching to the choir there, Pete.
He's just getting ahead of the group. They're going to hassle him. Okay, finish your cornflakes. I can reply. Okay, thanks, Connor. Okay, beer or milk on the cornflakes. Okay, that's us. We have beer. We're joking about that. Weren't we? Let's see if there's anyone else. There's Scott Whitehouse. G'day,
Hey, Scotty.
Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Thanks for joining us. Ed, I just skipped that. What happened to there? Just clicked the wrong one. There you go. Ed, I need to know how many turtle No,
Turley Gang.
Turley Gang
Turley
term.
Gang.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have like a tub now. I'm trying to like actually put them together as an army. I think roughly like 60, something like that.
Damn.
And then I picked up this yesterday, the Turley Gang power
Wait.
plane.
I'll make you big.
I've never seen this stuff before.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
it's weird because I thought this wouldn't come on a blister. It's actually like a water gun. So
right.
yeah, it's
Yeah, like
weird.
it's not scaled to the figures, is it?
Well, no, it's not in scale to the figures. So like we figured like it should have been for actually like those points, those Turley points. But then I saw it appear on a card, and there was one on eBay for like a long time for around 200. And somebody brought this yesterday, and he had another one, so he was like willing to part with it for an okay price. So I picked that up.
Cool.
But like the actual figures,
That's
there's
awesome.
like 4 main turtle guys. 2 look like frogs, and the other one looks like an iguana or something like that. Roughly, maybe 70 of those guys.
Wow.
I mean, they're like in the Netherlands and in Belgium, you find them at every convention. Yesterday, I saw like 18 different ones. So I mean, they're here. Come over.
Yeah, I've never seen them before.
Never heard of them before. Never heard of them. That's the first time I've even heard of Turley Gang. Never.
Yeah, I don't reckon there's 18 in Australia. I mean, I don't.
Wow. Yeah, well, Dean's saying you don't have them in Australia at all. So
yeah, I don't think it probably didn't make it over there because I think it's only like a German thing.
Nah.
So yeah.
Is it a knockoff or his own actual toy
It's
line?
a knockoff, yeah.
It is knockoff, yeah.
It's just like a He-Man body with a somewhat turtle thing on top of it, you know.
all right, well, I'll just read this one last one. I'll get on with it. Don't to pick with it, actually. Golly. I wasn't going to collect. I wasn't going to collect back my TMNT toys. Then he appeared on my video. Now I can't stop buying turtles.
Yeah, that's what I'll do to you. That's what I'll do.
I mean, I'm not the only guy collecting turtles.
No. Just check out this guy on my right. This guy here. No, this guy here.
Yeah.
Him and these mutagens.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nick needs to buy more of his Action Man. That's what he needs to do. They are crack.
I'll rest the chat there for a moment, and we'll get stuck into some figures. So, seeing you're up there, Ed, at the top of the game, would you like to start with one of your favorite creepiest figures in your collection?
Oh, okay. A favorite creepiest figure.
Or toys, a toy line.
Well, I really like this guy here. So this is Gregory Bat by Mattel. It's like
cool.
just a rubber bat, and like the mechanism on the back is broken here on this guy.
Yep.
But I think this is 1979, but it's actually the same pump action that Mosquitor has from Master Universe. So there used to be like a pump thing over there. You can kind of see like still some blood residue over here. Yeah, Gregory Bat. It had been on like my list for the longest time. Yep. And then all of a sudden I was over at a guy who was selling his whole collection. I was like, well, that's in it, so I'll buy everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like a standalone? Is that a standalone?
Yeah,
toy,
yeah.
Ed, or is that part of
it's not connected to a line or anything. It's got these 2 things you can hang it.
Hang it upside down. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know how you would really play with it, but it's just so freaking awesome.
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah.
Was this something they released back in the 70s for kids to blood?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, they used to do a lot more of that stuff in the 70s, where it's just like, this is the toy, this is the gimmick, this is what we're selling, instead of building a whole line around it. There was no cartoons yet, or no real mindset behind creating a line that could last for a couple years. Like if it did well, you'd create like a bad guy for Stretch Armstrong. If that did well, you see a bit further, like what else can we do? But this was, I guess, one of those things as well.
Maybe they took it to their Ozzy Osbourne concert.
Yeah, but you can't bite that.
Ozzy
Got
could.
your blood everywhere.
I think Ozzy would give it a good go.
Yeah.
Try.
Creepy Aussie. How about you, Andrew? You give your first interesting item there. That's creepy or spooky.
Oh, all right. I'm going to start off with a Star Wars figure that's you get Star Wars figure, and this is the Star Wars Undead Geonosian. So it's actually a zombie, Geonosian from the Clone Wars series. They did.
Cool.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Look, so he's undead. So apparently in the cartoon they brought them back from the dead and they fought them. So I thought that was pretty good to start with to have an undead Star Wars figure.
That is pretty cool. For all the Star Wars fans out there, there you go. They had some zombies in Star Wars, did they?
They had some zombies in Star Wars, yeah.
The artwork on it is pretty like creepy for like a Star Wars thing.
Yeah, I thought it's so unusual, isn't it? To have the and even on the back there you can see the picture. You know.
What they had these for, Andrew? Like, what was the story behind? Briefly, like, what was the story behind the zombie Geonosian?
Peepers on. Just that they brought the Geonos. Some green worm brought the Geonosian back to dead to use in the fight against Obi-Wan and Anakin and the Stormtroopers. Simple premise sort of thing, you know. Kids cartoon. Star Wars, yeah, Clone Wars cartoon, yeah.
Night of the Living Geonosians.
Yes.
Nate's going? We used to celebrate Guy Fawkes Night in the small country town I grew up in. Okay, I don't think we've ever celebrated that in this that I know of. All 9 yards, wow.
Yeah, penny. Yeah, you used to penny for the guy. You'd walk him around in your trolley or your pram, and you'd say to people, "Penny for the guy," and they'd donate.
Really?
Donate money. Yeah.
G'day, Stu.
Hey, Stu.
How are you? Thanks for popping in. We've also got. I've noticed. Was that it? I thought I missed someone.
It's Sci-Fi.
Where is he? I can't see it. I can't see it. Oh, sorry if I've missed someone there. I think I thought I saw something, but I can't. It's Brooklyn. G'day, Brooklyn. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Brooklyn.
And then we've got Adam. G'day, Adam.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Adam.
See you in a couple of weeks at Sandown.
I'm looking forward to Sandown. First time I'm going. I don't know if Dave already went there or.
To where? Sorry, Sandown.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. I've been going to Sandown for years.
Oh,
So
sweet.
it's one of my favourite toy fairs.
Is it comparable to the NEC? Or?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
It's. I would say it's roughly the same kind of number of stalls.
Yeah.
But I like the feel of Sandown better than the NEC because the NEC is in basically a big box, right, of a warehouse, whereas Sandown's at a race course, and
cool.
I just like the feel of it.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll actually be there, but also Narc, not a retro channel, and Greco
cool.
is coming over.
Nice.
As well, like Aaron Empire Toys. He's going to be helping us around, and Maddie is coming along as well. So,
Oh wow,
that's going to be awesome.
Channel.
that's gonna be awesome. Wow.
We're doing like a whole Euro trip. We're starting in Italy, driving up to Amsterdam, taking a train underneath the channel over to the UK. So it's going to be a whole trip. Yeah.
And how long are you in the UK for?
Probably 4 days. Yeah, 4 days. Yeah. So hopefully like 14 videos or something.
I was going to say, if you have any spare time, which doesn't sound like you're going to have any, but if you do have any spare time, you're welcome to come over and have a look at the old collection here.
Oh, cool. Yeah. No, we could definitely do that, I think. I mean, Aaron put up like a really tough schedule, but are you near Sandown? Is that what you do?
I'm probably about half an hour away from Sandown.
Okay. No, that's perfect. I'll check on Instagram with you.
Nice.
Thanks,
Okay, cool.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Sounds
Sorry about that, guys. Carry on.
Damn.
Then next year we'll all come over to Australia, me and Dave. And
Now we're talking.
That's all right. That's right. We'll plan something with this. What about you, Luke? You anywhere near Sandown or no?
No, it's a long way. Well, I say it's a long way. To a lot of people, it's not, but it's probably around maybe about 4 hours from me.
Oh, okay, no, that's
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah. It's quite far.
Yeah, yeah.
I think London is closer to me than to you then. Or...
Yeah. It's and yeah, I don't think my car would make a 4 hour drive. I think it would be done after maybe an hour. It's an old car, so I wouldn't fancy risking it. Yeah, it's like 22-year-old. She's on her last legs. I wouldn't fancy trying to get to Sandown in her.
Especially loaded up with toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your car's
Put in that trailer of toys.
Yeah.
What is it, a Morris Minor or?
No, it's a Civic. It's an O2 Civic, but it'll probably only just about get to Doncaster next weekend.
We've got Norman. Norman, how are you, Norman? Thanks for popping in and watching.
Hey.
Just going down. Scott say always enjoyed Halloween. Love old Universal. Yes.
Yeah.
And horror films. Yep. Although it was very quiet back in the 80s, 90s. Not much more commercialised in UK now, and sadly superseding Bonfire Night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those old Hammer films, Universal and Hammer films, they're amazing, weren't they?
Oh yeah.
Well, I know you guys love them as well. All right, let's we'll stop the chat there for a sec. Lukey, we'll go over to you, my friend.
Yeah.
What is first on your creepy figure list?
I was a little bit like sort of, I don't think I've got, because I'm not a huge horror fan or anything like that. I'm a bit of a nervous Nelly when I'm watching stuff like that. So I was like, I don't think I've got anything. I don't collect anything in that. But of course I have when it was pointed out to me. So unfortunately, a lot of it's from the same toy line, but I've cheated a little bit, Matthew, because I've picked up 4. Is that all right?
I
know we're only supposed to do 3.
It's
so
like a toy. Is it part of a toy line?
Yeah, I've got this guy to start with.
I love that figure.
Here we go. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I just think he's super, super cool looking, and I did think it was a bit of a strange addition to the Bill and Ted line. But I always forget about the cartoon and the comics. So I think this guy is obviously based on the comic version, and obviously with it being in the Excellent Adventure line, I was like, well, we didn't get the Grim Reaper till Bogus Journey, but and obviously it doesn't look like the character. But yeah, I just think he's a great, and with his, I don't know if I can get it, like the Wild Stallions tattoo on his head. Can you see that?
Yeah.
WS, yeah.
But yeah, I just think he's got his hood. I like to display him with his mohawk out, but yeah, I've got his hood
I love the soft goods on it as well.
But yeah, I just think it's a great figure. So and I looked at him and I was like, well, I've got to show that today.
Yeah, it's such a cool figure. I go the other way with mine, Luke. As cool as the skull guitar is, I ditch it and go hood up with the sickle.
Yeah, right.
I just think it's such a fun Grim Reaper figure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously his guitar's on his back, but I just love to see the mohawk. I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, really happy with that. And that was surprise. Who started me out with that was Steve Darby.
Good old Darby collector.
It's got to the stage where I actually look around my room and I think I wouldn't have that if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have that. It's just the next time I do a room tour, I don't know if you guys, if you're not from the UK, Dave will know this. I think when I next do a room tour, has anyone heard of a football team called Derby County that we have in the UK? So Dave will have. So we've got a football team called Derby County. I'm actually going to implement the Derby counter when I do the next room tour, and how many times I have to either thank Steve Darby for either helping me find something or getting me a deal on something or gifting me something. And I want to see how many times I have to mention his name in a room tour. So I'm going to apply the Derby counter the next time I do one.
That'd be interesting.
Luke, you need a corner of your room that is just dedicated to Darby.
Yeah.
At least a plaque on the wall, or
well, he should get something really. But I mean, look, I'm very lucky. I've said before that I do get a lot of help from a lot of people. I mean, the guy sat below me on the chat at the moment helps me so much. But I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how I've ended up with this sort of relationship with Steve. Because obviously we just got chatting and it kind of went from there, and then he just started sort of helping me find things and stuff like that. But obviously when he gives me a lot of things, which some of the stuff he gives me, I can't quite believe he does it. Then some of the things he finds me, but genuinely, there's so many things that I don't think I would have acquired without the help of Dave and Steve. It's very humbling, and the community we have a great community. It's privileged to be part of it.
Brilliant. That'd be good. That'd be fun, actually, Lukey.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Whatever you think.
I'll there's probably stuff I've forgotten that he's helped me get as well. So he'll probably message me afterwards and go, "Whoa, you forgot this." But yeah.
Were you going to show any more? Or that's the first one. You're going to show more as we go.
Sorry,
on?
I didn't know if we were going round and
We are.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
okay,
Okay.
that's the
Yeah.
first one. Cool. Alrighty. PJ Scott's probably collecting real turtles. Is it Scott Whitehouse or is it Scott Crusher? It was Ed's handless Donnie that did it.
Yeah. Handless Donnie.
Yeah, no, like I had like a Donatello as a kid, but like during playtime he broke off an arm, and he's like still in the collection. I didn't like replace him with another one. I was like, that's my Donnie from back in the day.
Oh,
So maybe
absolutely.
I'm guessing that's what it refers to. So yeah.
So yeah. This is where he is. This is sci-fi. Hey fellas,
Yeah,
just back from work.
It's
Yeah,
sci-fi.
toys. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. So we went to Canberra with Cy, and he loves the Spawn toys. So
yeah.
he'd fit right in here, and loves Star Wars, but yeah, the Spawn toys as well. All right, let's move on to Dave. Dave,
All
you're
right,
next.
okay. Like Luke, I don't really have too many sort of horror kind of Halloweeny like stuff in the room, but there is one item I've got which I've never seen the film, so I'll put that out there right now, and you might be surprised. I picked this up at a car show, which might surprise you even more. And yeah, well, and it's by a company, Matchbox, who obviously are well known for their die-cast. And I don't really know how they got away with this, but it is Nightmare on Elm Street. Talking Freddy, yeah.
Talking Freddy.
Oh wow.
That is
I don't know
excellent.
I don't know what to say about this guy. He's pretty big, actually. I know that. And it sits in the corner of my room with a few other things sort of sat in front of it. Because to be honest, it kind of creeps me out a little bit.
I love that.
But
It's
I mean,
cool,
look at the face. I don't know if I can get it in.
It's really, yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, that face sculpt is mad.
Yeah. Matchbox, which you just wouldn't expect. And I know they did those. I think they did some other kind of figures with costumes, right? If I remember rightly, Matchbox. But yeah, it is talking. And then if you look at the box, I guess we have some kind of images from the film, which I say I've never seen this film, never seen it.
Really?
Oh, you've got
Wow.
at least
On the
the
other
first
side.
one.
Yeah, you should see the first one, Dave.
Yeah. Okay.
If any, just one. That one.
Is the first
And then
one
on the
with a
back,
very young
of
Johnny
course.
Depp in it?
Yeah, it
does,
is. It is. Luke.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a talking Freddy Krueger, and it has pull string there.
Did you
So
try?
let's see if we can- yeah. I don't know if you can pick it up. If you pick it up. That come through?
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Let's be friends.
be
I don't think
friends.
it's running a little bit slow. It might be.
Yeah.
That's
It's cool.
right.
Welcome to Elm Street. Anyway,
Great.
that was
Yeah, that's cool.
that.
Ed's
was-
got his.
It's going on.
Yeah,
It's got his.
yeah, wow.
Everyone say they're friends now.
All the Freddies get together. All the Freddies
That's so
unite.
cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Which one is?
Oh, you're on mute, Ed.
Yeah.
These were actually like banned. They didn't want like
Really?
parent groups didn't want like a child killer to be like
Yeah, I
sold.
guess.
Yeah.
And like Matchbox, I think they also did like the Max Effects thing.
Oh, that's
where
that's it.
It was
Yeah.
like this sort of like you create your own special effects thing. And the first one that came out was also the Freddy, and they were supposed to have Alien and like a Frankenstein and stuff like that, and a Dracula. But like they started rioting about it, and they had to like kick them off store shelves. But like a lot of them are still like in the package, like you have it over there as well, Dave. So
Yeah. Well,
Like
I
my
found
first
this.
they're awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bewley.
Yeah, that's
I
the
love
Max
it.
Effect one. Yeah.
Is this your one that you're going to show? I guess
Yeah,
this is one.
this will be a nice segue to mine. So yeah, no, it's 100% right. I've actually got a bone to pick with that Talking Freddy doll because it killed this toy line. This Matchbox did this, as Ed was describing, this Max Effects toy line, and this is not a Freddy Krueger figure. This is a Max Effects, being basically a costume effects toy. Teaching kids about makeup and costume effects. So you've got your base Max character and all the gear you need to turn him into Freddy. And yeah, it was Matchbox. It was officially licensed to the Nightmare on Elm Street, but the Talking Freddy doll came first, and the rest is history. It just killed Max Effects before it got off the ground, which is a bummer because as Ed said, like there were some other figures. I actually got a video just about to drop on this, but because I ordered this from the States. They're not that expensive, but you don't really see them in package a lot here in Australia, and I wanted like a nice version. So, so a cool toy, but it could have been so much cooler. It could have been so much cooler if we got all the other ones.
I do like I've just noticed on the front it says ages 8 and up.
Yeah, they're not sick. I mean, 7 and under. A few more years. But I don't know. Like, Freddy Krueger was like obviously a pop culture icon. Like he transcended just the horror genre. So, I suppose kids would have at least been familiar with the character. And by the late 80s, Freddy was like a punchline machine. Like when these Freddy Krueger toys came out, the first film I think was 1984. By the time these Matchbox toys came out with the late 80s, it was like the third or fourth film, and Freddy Krueger was just like one-liner after one-liner at that point. So I suppose they thought they could get away with it, but a little bit risky, I suppose.
At least they didn't have him saying bitches in it or something like that.
That's true. That's true. As he was known to do.
He was known to do, that's right.
Yeah.
What's Dino saying, Scotty?
Dino's just commenting on how knowledgeable I am about Star Wars, and he's 100% right. I do indeed.
Ed, have you seen the original Star Wars film?
Yeah.
Good man.
Why wouldn't I have seen that? I wasn't around when they came out, but I've seen them. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's all right. No, because it's just a running joke with poor Scott Crusher here that he hasn't seen the original 3 movies.
Well, it did take me till I was like 19 to see him, though. Because I didn't see episode 1 or 2. I saw like the last one where Darth Vader turns into Darth Vader, and then you get the end scene that goes into the first one.
Yeah.
And that was like the first Star Wars movie I saw as a kid. It was like this. It's not that great, so it took a while. But when I got like to college or university, whatever you call it, I started getting more interested in like movies and stuff, and then I had to like see the original trilogy. So, and I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you should watch it, Scott. It's pretty good.
All right, we'll get him around to it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's I'm not the kind of person that's like just because some people are like I don't like that. Have you seen it? No, I've not. I've not seen it, but I just know I don't like it. Like I'll sit down and watch the films for sure, but I feel like I've gone this far now. Now I'm waiting for. Now it can't just be like a Wednesday night and I'm going to watch it. You know what I mean? Like now I feel like I have to maybe go to one of those like old, we've all got those like older cinemas that are still in our areas that play old films and stuff like that. Like I'd love to do that. But the problem now, I suppose, is you see the remastered versions with the changes and stuff like that. So anyway, that's a whole nother discussion, I suppose.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep an eye out for it, Scotty, so you can get there. They'll play it again. That's just Adam 1 week now.
Yeah, it's Toy Fair next Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Is that
no doubt.
Is that called something?
Anyway.
Is Adam's Toy Fair called something, or because I heard him talking about it?
Southend-on-Sea Toy Fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah. The first one, I think they've arranged it. Him and a few friends, haven't they? It's the first one, I think. They've done a real good job. Yeah, sold out.
Well done, Adam. I was watching I think that's Shabby's channel. I think you're talking about it. Luke has a horse.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's referring to my car. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Crackles. Hello. Is there any cartoons that appeared in your corners of the world that seem to be exclusive to your country or continents? As far as you know, that is. We had Blinky Bill in Australia, but he sucked. He did kind of.
Yeah.
Well, quickly, yeah. Anything in the UK or Belgium that you remember that was just particularly in your
I'm
countries?
not sure we had anything that was purely. I mean, we probably did, but not all the cartoons I used to watch as a kid. I think were pretty international. Centurions, He-Man, Mask, Transformers. I think they were all pretty. Yeah.
I think Blinky Bill came over to Europe though.
Oh, there you go.
Crackles.
Is that the blue koala?
The koala.
Koala.
Yeah.
Red overalls as well.
Yeah, with like the
there you go.
buttons. Yeah. We had like something called Samson and Gert, which is in Dutch, so that's why I probably didn't travel anywhere else. But it was like more like a live action show for kids.
Okay.
But like real cartoon drawn here, I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, Dave, do you remember any? No.
No, I think most of our cartoons were probably imported. Although I reckon that was probably 80s. I reckon before the 80s, I imagine there's quite a lot actually that was produced in the UK, but I don't know. Can't think of any.
No, I can't think of any.
It was a while back too, probably, isn't it? So it's hard to remember sometimes. Whoopsie.
Adam can come over anytime if he wants to.
There you go. There's the invite there, Adam, for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice, Lukey. Jules liked your Bill and Ted's Grim Reaper behind the Well, there you go. There's an idea for you. Excited for Dave and Ed behind the collector episode.
Let's do it.
I'm going to chuck myself up there. I have for my first lot. I'm just going to show. There's a toy line. I don't have all of the figures, and this is one of the rare occasions where I've kept them on card as well. So these do pop up in Australia quite regularly. I'll make myself big. Sorry. There we go. So we have Tales from the Crypt Keeper. I don't know if anyone's got that. So that's Zombie. Let's check that there. But there was just the 8 figures in the line. So I've only got half of them. These are cool. I love these figures. And I've got Frankenstein, or the Frankenstein they call him in this one. Yeah.
So when did those come out then?
Wow.
These were early 90s, I think. I don't know if there's a date. See, Andrew and I had a conversation about these. These are by Ace Toys up there. Ace Toys.
I remember as a kid, if I ever was in bed watching TV and my parents forgot that I was watching TV, because occasionally they did, Tales from the Crypt used to come on at like ridiculous, obviously silly time in
the live
hours
action
in the morning. And if I remember rightly, I think it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I remember Tales from the Crypt though. Yeah.
And so that's the Mummy. Sorry about the glare. That's the Mummy. And I think I've got the Gargoyle as well. So, and they all just fell down. But there you go. And it's the Gargoyle.
Oh, that's cool as well. Yeah.
I need
Cool line.
the Crypt Keeper. So I need the two Crypt Keepers. So there's that one there and that one up there, and the Vampire.
No idea how readily available they are in the UK. I'll have a look.
Yeah, they're just. Oh, I'm not saying you guys got to get them. I'm just saying that.
No. But what I'm saying is, if we can help you get a few more, then yeah.
I think they're 90s though, Dave. So I know you're a bit more. You like the 80s stuff, so.
He does. Don't listen to him though. He does dabble in some 90s stuff. I'll tell you.
Does he?
Yeah, of course he does.
I have a Street Shark or two, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, we'll pop back into here. I've got a shit. Okay, see.
Take it easy, Adam.
Come in.
Later, Adam.
Ready figures, yes. See you later. Sci-fi has the band line called Clive Barker's Tortured Souls. They weren't allowed to put them on the pegs. They would still sell them under the counter.
Tortured Souls. I think Monkey Boy
No,
has a few of them.
McFarlane, weren't they? I think.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dave Monkey Boy's got a few of those.
Does he? Okay.
I'm sure he's shown them on his channel before.
Okay. We've got usual Mike. You never
Mike.
like that's we're still going.
Mike, g'day.
Trying to make a YouTube video. That's always fun, isn't it? Trying to make a video. All right. All right. So let's go back to Ed. How about that? Ed, would you like to show us another scary figure in your collection or spooky?
Okay. I just picked up these two yesterday.
Yeah.
These are like Sun Gold knockoff monsters. So the Mummy and the Hunchback. And this is like any knockoff line Sun Gold did back in the day, where you had Galaxy Warriors to your Master of the Universe, Turley Gang to your TMNT stuff. These are two new ones, and I was like, at the end of the convention, walking around and like really checking out each table more decently, and they were just chilling there. This one was over there together with the vampire. I think he's somewhere over there. Yeah, he's right here. But I do have another one. I don't know where he went. Oh, here we go. Let me just grab him.
Ed's room, it changes all the time.
So even there for this knockoff line, they had Freddy Krueger knockoff called Sharp and Joe.
It's Where's Freddy?
Yeah,
Where's Freddy?
Yeah.
They called him Sharp Hand Joe. So yeah, this is like squishy, and all of the other stuff is pretty solid. So all of these have the same thing, but it's a cool knockoff line to collect for. It's called Monster for some reason. So yeah,
it's got some wicked card art as well.
What?
The card back art on that line is just like crazy fluoro colors. It's so cool. That's another knockoff line. That
early 90s
down here in Australia.
Yeah, I mean it took a while to learn about them, and then once you learn about it, you see it a little bit faster when they are there, because you can just glance over a whole bunch of things. Because like this guy was in between some Thundercats and stuff, so I didn't really notice it, even though I've walked past that table for like 16 times. And then the last time I was like, oh, has this been here all day? Yeah.
The figure with the green pants looks like, or it reminded me of the Quasimodo figure from Ghostbusters. The Kenner, he reminds me a little bit like that. I don't know if I'm being silly there, but yeah.
As which one?
Is it from the Fright Features line? I'm not up on my Ghostbusters.
Oh, the Hunchback.
Like the Hunchback.
Monsters,
yeah. It looks a bit like that.
Yeah.
The seems similar, yeah.
And he has green pants too, right? Yeah. So I've got him here.
Yeah, he does.
This one.
Do you know which one I mean?
Yeah, let's all bring him up.
Yeah, just reminded me of that, yeah.
Does he have the same bump on the back?
More like it's
Andrew?
Yeah, not a bump, more like Ricketts disease, I think. But
It just reminded me of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, because like the Dracula one in this line actually has the same body as Dr. Killmoth from Toxic Crusaders.
Oh,
they just ripped that and kid bashed like a new head on top of him. So.
Nice.
Incredible. That's good. Hey, yeah, you love it. You must have a real keen eye for it now, Ed, because I feel that if I seen half of those figures in a collector-con, I'd probably pass, like, just not want them. It's more that I'm just not, like, I haven't got the radar out for them, but you seem to be really keen to pick, like, focused on them now.
I mean, like, this one was in, like a bunch of things, and just when I started going through it, but it just showed me, like, man, I really have to do more effort into like checking out each table decently instead of just glancing over it and seeing what looks cool. But you know, like, you guys film when you're hunting or not?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah,
more
sometimes
busy
try to-
with like filming and like trying to do like a decent job of creating a video for it than I'm actually looking around. So what I'm trying to do now is like film for an hour or two when we get there, and then like at least allow myself one walk around without the camera and just like trying to like take it all in and see like what did I miss, you know?
Yeah.
Hard to do both at the same time. I hate I hate
Yeah.
editing footage and seeing stuff that I didn't realize was
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there. It's
yeah.
like so
Yeah,
frustrating.
Because you're looking at your camera like screen,
Oh.
so you're not really like yeah.
You're missing
Yeah,
a
you
lot.
miss stuff. Yeah.
It's like when you
Luckily-
watch. Sorry, you go ahead.
Yeah, luckily, like yesterday, Maddie wasn't really in a buying mood, so he filmed most of it. But then, still, I missed a lot of stuff.
Ooh. It's just to be expected. I
Probably
always watch.
next time.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say, like, I watch, say, a Scott video or a Dean, from Dean Taylor video on a toy hunt, and I will be at that event, and I will just go, how did I miss that? How did I miss that?
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
quite incredible. Anyway, Andrew, we'll move on to you, my friend. What have you
Yes.
got for another pick?
Well, I might go to. We were talking about Halloween.
Yeah.
Some of my McFarlane figures. I know they're not vintage. They're sort of actually they are. I think they're quite about 20-something years old now. These McFarlane ones. But
Yeah,
and we'll start with the Michael Myers. Now
Yeah.
I remember watching Halloween, and it came out in the 70s, and I think I saw it when around about when I was 10 or 11. And just love that character actually with the boiler suit. Now, my dad was a boiler maker, and he did come home in a blue boiler suit, so it was a little bit scary when he came home. But yeah, and
I used to
love
do a
these
little bit of
McFarlane
cosplay
ones.
as Michael Myers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did.
and,
Yeah.
and then you have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from the 70s as well. They had Leatherface, and
Yeah.
they really did a good job on these ones. And then of course you had Jason
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
and
good.
and then Freddy, of course, Freddy, and they come with a lot of accessories. They come with axes and severed heads and amputated arms and of course mallet to hit him into the bucket. Yeah, they were good. The McFarlane ones. And they also had a poster. Came with these little like a poster each to put behind it from the film.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So and like the Freddy one and Freddy Krueger one. They did the poster with it. So they're good movie maniacs. That's it. Yeah. From McFarlane.
Yeah, they're good. Just before.
Actually, what year was that? They got it on the bottom. 1999.
Yeah, so they're over 25 years old now.
Yeah, vintage. There you go.
25. Yeah, that's it.
I just want to grab that quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, just quickly grab that. Yeah.
Do you know whose face that is?
William Shatner.
Yeah, William Shatner. Yeah.
You should have worn it for the stream, Luke.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know, I thought about it, and then I was like, nah, it's difficult to breathe in this thing. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a particularly big horror movie fan, but I've got to admit, the first Halloween film I think is an absolute masterpiece. And Michael Myers is probably my favourite character when it comes to horror. So, yeah.
Just when that music started, that was, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And the thing that, sorry, I'm going into movies now, but what I love about, I mean, I'm a nervous watcher. I don't like horror movies, in general. Just the idea of sat like this for sort of 2 hours waiting for something to happen is just not my idea of fun. But the reason why I love the first Halloween movie is because one thing I always remember thinking as a kid, because I watched it far too young, was generally whenever I was forced to watch horror movies, because my brother liked them, my cousins liked them, so if we ever had movies, they were wanting to watch horror movies, and I hated them. So a general theme was we watched a horror movie, and the second there was a daylight scene, I'd go, oh, Right, it's daylight. Nothing's going to happen because it's daylight. Nothing happens. Nothing happens in horror movies in day. And then you watch Halloween, and the guy's just stood there in the middle of the day in the street behind the hedge, and he's just looking down the street at Laurie as she's walking. And you're like that. Oh my God, you're not even safe in daylight. Yeah. So, and she's looking out of her window, and he's stood in the back garden, and the washing's flapping, and you just see him there. Oh, but it's brilliant. Yeah. So I've got to admit, I'm not a massive fan of horror in general, but
it's almost more creepy in daylight.
He's brilliant. Yeah. Absolutely, because you don't expect to see it, and he's clearly not in any way concerned that anyone sees him. Or,
he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, it's so good. Awesome. Yeah,
makes it more creepy. Well, why are you there, Luke? Why are you up there? Is that an item? Was the mask an item? Or?
No, it isn't. I just grabbed it because I saw Andrew showing the figure, so I just thought I'd grab it. But no, this is unfortunately I'm having to stick to one toy line now, but it's pretty cool. So this is my second one.
Oh, supernatural.
So I've got to admit, I do love the Ghost Finder. Yeah. And I don't know if you can get the hologram. I don't know if you've got enough light to get the hologram going, but I don't think so. Don't want buying hands fall out. But yeah, I love this thing. And just the fact that like the big dragster wheels and stuff, and everything's glow in the dark, and you get a little ghost thing in the front.
Yep. He's kind of hologramming up there.
Yeah, is he? I don't know if you can just about. And then we've got the gun at the back. I do have the missile for the gun, but it's a bit temperamental. Sometimes I'll be like outside the toy room and I'll just hear something, and then the gun's fired. So I just put the missile in the back. But yeah, I just think as a toy line, I think it's so underappreciated. And when I was a kid, there was a shop in our town centre. And it was a shop called Nixie Plonks, and it was the most random sort of tatty shop you've ever seen in your life. And the strange thing about it was Dave will know when I say it. So it was like what they called like a rental store. So when I was growing up, you didn't buy a TV, you could rent a TV from stores. Or you could rent a washing machine. And this particular store had like a big double-fronted store, and it had fridge freezers and washing machines, and like it had a twin tub, I think, where you could wash, and then there was nothing about it that suggested toys. And then you walked in, and right at the back of the store there was just one big toy aisle, and it used to sell Supernaturals, it used to sell Madballs, it used to sell Joes, it used to sell Visionaries, and we were like that. Wow, this is like the best store ever. So whenever it was so random, you wouldn't expect to find. But yeah, we used to buy all our Supernaturals from there. But yeah, love it as a toy line. Yeah, so underrated.
No, it's lovely. I was going to go back to the chat quickly here. So I think this is back from the cartoon. I think Rhubarb and Custard was British.
Yeah, Rhubarb and Custard. Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that.
I don't remember that one. So Super Ted we got out here in Australia. So
Super Ted, yeah.
And Mighty Mouse we got that
Banana Man. Was Banana Man just UK or does that?
No, that came out here too.
Is it? Okay.
We were big on the goodies out here, so we just had a couple of the guys from the goodies, didn't it?
Right. Yeah.
Don't ask me who. Probably Bill.
Mighty Mouse.
Maybe Tim.
Mighty
Keep
Mouse,
saying.
Yeah.
Are you okay? I just noticed it's the hour mark. You're good.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Beauty?
I'll let you know.
When his eyes start closing, when he's not trying, he'll jump out.
That's quite idea. All right, just keep going through these. All right. I think we've got Phil there as well. G'day, Phil. Thank you for joining us.
Phil?
See, Phil's a Kiwi in Japan, Ed, so he's very international just himself.
Sweet.
That's great. We've got Georgie here. Crypt Keeper, yeah.
Hey, Joe. Right, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, Georgie's had a look by the sounds of it.
Yeah, they must have been impressed. Like it's the
Well, if you certain YouTube channels will tell you dust is just another coat of protection, so leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll leave that alone then. Anyone getting the new Scooby-Doo figures? I didn't even know they were making any new Scooby-Doo figures.
Scooby-Doo was never for me as a kid. I never really.
No, you didn't like it?
Yeah, I won't say I didn't like it, but it never really. It was never a cartoon that I was fussed about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Andrew loves his lab coat.
I got my lab coat.
Yeah, he loves it.
It comes with real blood. This one, it's got real blood on it. So
All right. Who was next? I think Dave. Dave.
Okay. So yeah, for this pick, we're going back to 1981. Remco had lots of horror stuff, and I love these little figures because they're pretty much, your Star Wars equivalent. 5 POA.
Yes.
So the Remco mini monsters. Yeah, these are great, and I love the cape as well. The vinyl cape is just, it's like a Darth Vader cape, really.
Yeah, that's superb. Like the color red inside and the black outside.
Yeah, these are cool. These are cool figures. So that's one. Go through.
I love those.
Mummy.
Oh yeah.
Is it focusing?
Oh, that's cool.
Is that Boris Karloff? Was Boris Karloff the mummy?
I don't know. I think was he?
I think he was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is it cool?
That's a random question.
Yeah. Here's a cool one, Wolfman. Why is this not focusing?
Maybe
there we
that's
go.
better.
Behind him.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, so that's Lon Chaney. Yeah.
Oh yeah, just five POA. These guys. These are lovely little figures. Undersized monster.
Oh, he's cool. Yeah.
There we go. That's pretty cool.
In front of your face, yeah, that's it. Golly. Yeah, this is a great line, isn't it? People love these. These have gone up in price in the last few years too, I think, haven't they?
Yeah, Phantom. Yeah, so I think there's variations of these. So I think the original wave that came out was non-glow in the dark, and then later waves they added the glow in the dark feature.
Okay.
So if you take this guy, the Black Lagoon creature,
I love this.
look at that. Yeah, they're really detailed actually for sort of 3.75.
Yeah.
So that wasn't the kind of original wave, non-glow in the dark, and then you get this one, which is obviously glow in the dark. And then I think actually even later waves, the packaging itself, I think the bubble itself had a glow in the dark element to it, which is pretty cool because the card backs, I don't have any card backs unfortunately, but the card backs have got the most amazing artwork on them.
Is that where the did Reaction they redid? Because I've got the creature from the Black Lagoon Reaction one. So is that where Reaction are getting their idea from to redo those?
I have no idea about Reaction. I don't really follow Reaction really. So maybe I imagine so. I mean
probably.
Probably, yeah. But that toy line also has a play set, which in fact, there's a couple actually. There's a Monsterizer kind of mini play set, and then there's also a play case. So the old Star Wars vinyl cases that you put your figures in. There's a play case for those Remco Universal monsters, which opens up, and then inside it's like a play set. I'd love to pick that up. I just haven't found one because they're quite hard to find and quite expensive, and I think really got to go to the States to get one of those. But I'd love to pick up the play set or play case, whatever you call it.
Is the case in the shape of, say, a castle or a mountain, or it's just?
No, it's your kind of standard, square case that you've got for your Star Wars vinyl outside, but it opened up, and then inside were lots of different sort of sections for the various characters to sort of play within. Yeah, it's awesome play case.
The artwork in and around the case is amazing.
Yeah. So need to just can't find one that's they're quite expensive, and also because it's vinyl, trying to find one in nice condition is proving difficult.
Yeah. Understand. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful toy line, that one. So I don't know what this means, but maybe Dave, you can tell us.
So yeah, Mike is in Australia, but he absolutely loves Echo Base. So he'll basically hunt down everybody's Echo Base videos on YouTube. And he was watching one from a channel. It was a smaller channel. He was watching one, and he spotted me. He spotted a few of the others in the community, but he spotted me, and I was like, I was tiny. It was just my head popping out behind someone else, and somehow Mike manages to spot that, like in 3 frames of video. I know. I said to him, "You're watching it with a magnifying glass or something." He's just like trying to spot people in videos.
So it's loose Lego. Okay. Back to sorting out the loose Lego in the bags of colours first. And parts. Nate. Oh, there you go. Well, I think, yeah, in your recent video you're wearing, because Nate likes to do his own commercials, just made up commercials. And I think one I was watching the other day, Nate was in his boiler suit, I'm sure. Looking very, very Michael Myerish. Right, buddy. How about you for your next?
I recently got my hands on a Sharpan Joe, just like Ed showed. So I was gonna talk about this, but I'm gonna make a bit of a pivot. So SunGold released these maybe like a 4-inch scale knockoff or knockoff bootleg, one or the other, whatever you might call it. But they also did a smaller scale minifigure, and they did a bunch of these. So they did like these are like, I don't know, 2-inch minifigures. And this is the Freddy Krueger one. Again, like just completely ridiculous color scheme. For some reason, this Sharpan Joe or this Freddy has like a ginormous scar on his face and a blue hat. But if we're talking monster minifigures, I have to go to one of the most nostalgic toy lines of my childhood. Probably the most difficult thing to share without a second camera, and that's Monster in My Pocket. I love these things as a kid, and Monster in My Pocket had such an awesome selection. Like the original 48, like they had monsters like Universal monsters, like you've obviously here you've got Frankenstein's monster and you've got the Wolfman, but they're all unlicensed. So this one's just called the Monster. And then you've got monsters based on mythology, like the Kraken and the Great Beast, which was my favorite as a kid. I just, this is my childhood version actually. I've some of the starting point of my collection was like a shoebox of Ninja Turtles that I had as a kid and my Monster in My Pockets. And then you've got like cryptids like Bigfoot. Look, they're the hardest things to show off. The Jotun Troll. Like I've got a full set of these now. And now I just love collecting all the extra stuff that they release, like the trading cards and the comics and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, like I can't really talk like Matt knows this. Like this was my favorite book as a kid, and whenever I'd get like a Monster in My Pocket, I would look it up in the Usborne Book of Monsters and stuff like that. I was just massively into it. So yeah, Monster in My Pocket is one of my favorite things as a kid, and it's interesting. Like we're all collectors, but as kids, we didn't really think of action figure play as collecting. But when it came to Monster in My Pocket, even back then, even as an 8-year-old, it was like a collector's mindset because I was never able to collect them all as the toy companies told us to do as it related to action figures because they only came at birthdays and Christmas for me. But Monster in My Pocket came in those little blind boxes where you could see one and then there was like, I don't know, maybe 8 others.
They always fall into the same bracket as Muscle to me. Sorry, Scott.
Exactly. Exactly right, Luke. And that was cheap enough. Like that was a cheap enough item that was the kind of thing I could get if I just behaved myself when my mum was doing the groceries. You know what I mean? Or if I'd if I'd done my chores or something like that, that would be like the cheap little low cost item that I could get. So even as a kid, I had a collector's mindset when it came to Monster in My Pocket. I was trying to put together a complete set, and the complete set that I have now is my childhood collection plus the 10 or 12 that I was missing. So, if we're talking spooky toys, it doesn't get much more nostalgic to me than Monster in My Pocket.
Yeah, good shout.
Yeah, just go back to the chat.
Sorry, Scott. Just while Matthew's going through that, did you ever get the case, the wall? The pyramid
sort
of thing.
The Monster Mountain, mate. It's my holy grail, mate. No. Yeah, I never had that as a kid. I had there was 48, right? In the original set, there was 48, and they released 2 large sets of 24 where you immediately got half of the line, and I got one of those for a birthday. But as far as like the full Monster Mountain display, no. Right, I'd love to get one of those. And
I did see one on Facebook not long ago, but
ideally,
apparently it's really flames. Right, sorry, Scott. Sorry.
Yeah. No. You're 100% right. Yeah, the plastic from I've never seen one in the flesh, but from what or in the plastic, but yeah, from what I understand, it was like a blow molded plastic that's
Right.
chips and breaks quite easily.
Yeah.
Ed can probably bear me out there.
Well, I've seen a few, but usually there's like still in box, but they're like super expensive.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like I think in Italy we're gonna find some though.
Fingers
I'll let you
crossed.
know, Scott.
Yeah.
Let me know, Ed. Let me know. I got my PayPal ready because
Okay.
that's right up there for
You're
me.
gonna have
Yeah.
to bubble wrap that thing though.
Oh heck yeah, you would. Yeah. And keep my fingers and toes crossed that the
Yeah.
the postman's gentle with it.
Crackles asks, is there any figure lines that you guys think have become so pricey that it's turned into an irrational thing to collect? The heck no purchases, I mean.
Muscle mutts.
Really? Muscle?
Yeah, muscle mutts.
Mutts.
Oh, muscle mutts. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, they're crazy expensive.
I wanted to get one, but like, no.
Hard to justify. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cats. I mean, yeah, the cats
Yeah,
that came with them,
yeah.
you never
And
see.
then like
that.
the dogs, they have like either talking like voice box or non-voice box ones. That's like, do I really want to get into that? They average around $800 to $1,000 loose without the accessory.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you, Andrew? Anything for you?
But I say heck no. It's nearly
Price?
all the lines are getting like that. Even Star Wars ones, you go, what, $35 for a normal action figure? I go, heck no. I'll wait for the toy shows and get them cheaper. It's just going crazy. I don't know what's going on with toys. They're just going through the roof.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Lukey, Dave, anything?
Well, as far as lines that we think are getting,
Yeah, that they're so pricey now.
I mean, look, without sounding like everyone getting the violins out, most toy lines for my pocket currently now feel pricey because my budget is always very modest. I guess Star Wars, because I've just been on the hunt of the last 17 figures, so they have felt pretty. I mean, I suppose I'm giving a spoiler now because there'll be a video coming out. Thankfully, I've now done it. But yeah, getting that last figure, I won't tell you who it was, but made me feel pretty physically sick when I dropped the money on it, because it's not an amount of money I would generally do. But obviously it was a case of I know I'm going to have to do it. There's no avoiding this one, and it's just once in my head. I'm just got to do it once and then it's done. But yeah, I mean, when you look at like figures like Yak Face, I mean, you're talking £350 to £400 for a 3.75 figure. That I think that is, and look, let's be right. Yak Face isn't rare. You'll see listings on eBay say rare. It's not rare. They made less than obviously figures in the previous waves, obviously, because it was at the end of the run. But it's not rare. You go on eBay, you can find a dozen. Any day of the week.
Is it really that expensive in the UK?
Yeah. I mean, you could probably get one that's not in great condition for under 300, but you're looking at 275, 350 comfortably in the UK for a Yak Face. Yeah.
I got very lucky in Holland at like a retro gaming convention, and I paid €3 for mine.
Right. I mean, the euro's not much different from the pound. Is it? So what's that, like £3?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
I know Aaron found his for like £30, but this was like 6 years ago at like a car show, I believe.
Wow. Yeah.
So they're still out there because they used to be like, I guess £1.50 when they came out.
Yeah, I mean, you'd find him in. I mean, Yak Face especially, you'd find him in dump bins, wouldn't you? Because nobody cared about him. Blink and you miss him in the movie, But yeah, now
it's weird how that like one figure just popped up into like.
It is strange.
Is it the most expensive one from the last 17, or is there another one that?
I think it's either that guy or R2 with the pop-up saber is getting up.
Yeah, the pop-up saber one. Okay.
If you have an R2 without the saber and you want the saber on its own, you can be looking at £200 to £300 just for the saber.
Wow.
You know, it's crazy. But I mean, I suppose. I don't know if you can see it behind me. Is it? Which side am I there? So this guy obviously laser command. When it
Yeah,
comes
laser
to
command.
mask, I mean that in the group that I helped run 2 years ago, that was selling for around 200 in the group, and I thought that was expensive.
Hey, Simon.
You go into our group now, if it's complete and working, it's around 500. You know, and you just like, really, you know, but. Yeah, you know, if it's complete and working, obviously there's only two toys in the mask line with motorized mechanisms. So yeah, crazy.
All right,
Sorry, that was a long answer to a simple question. Sorry. Sorry.
Dave, do you have one or?
Well, not specifically a line, because what I find is that you can get 90% of a line for reasonable prices, and then when you want to finish your collection, there's that one or two figures or whatever where the price is somehow exaggerated, and it's frustrating because I don't think they're justified. A good example: $6 Million Man. You get most of $6 Million Man for reasonable prices. Then it comes to Bigfoot, and Bigfoot is like 400, 500, 600 pounds if you want to get him complete, and you just think, I can't justify that for that one figure. But as Luke says, if you go onto eBay, you'll see them come up all the time, and they don't really sell either, which is the frustrating thing. So for me, they're artificially high prices. The Kraken, obviously from Clash of the Titans, again for me, that is another. I think it justifies a higher price, but I don't think it justifies the price that people ask for it. Again, on eBay, they come up every week. Believe me, I have alerts and all these things.
Yeah.
They come up all the time, and to me, they're slightly exaggerated prices. So that's where, that for me, that's where.
Are they coming in up around £1,000 now, Dave? Is that what the sort of people are asking around that?
If you in the US eBay, there'll be $1,000 buy it price at least. I followed a few auctions, tried to bid on it, but they normally go for, even on auction, $850, something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's without the box. If you want the box, then you're well over that. Yeah. So that's, for me, that's where it gets frustrating, and they just think, unless I'm going to get a bargain, I'm not gonna pull the trigger on that.
But if you wait out long enough, like an opportunity is going to present itself where you're comfortable with it. I think like a couple like a month ago, I went over to Toyplosion in Germany, and one of like the rarer super shredders is the purple armor one, which is only released in Germany. And my friend Retro Crumple had one. Okay, he was missing like one shoulder blade, but like from aesthetic point of view, still good to display. And it was like 1/3 of what usually people are asking for him. So I was like, okay, I'll get him. So eventually you're going to bump into like a Kraken that somebody in your mind has mispriced or is like good to do, good to go for it, or it just makes sense. You're feeling good that day. It's just a waiting game, I think, with like the more expensive stuff.
Yeah, I won't spoil anything, but I believe my luck may have changed on that particular hunt.
Okay.
Well, I'd been looking for that for years, and I thought to myself, I'm just going to have to get the Kraken from the States. And I remember I'd saved up the money, and I was ready to pull the plug, and I thought I'll do one more search in Australia, and there was one down in Sydney, which was maybe an hour and a half drive away, and it was his childhood Kraken, nothing broken on it, and so I think it was all in all like, well, I'm not going to tell the price, but it was a really good price compared to what I'd have to pay to get out to the States. And so, I just gobbled it up. Went down and bubble wrapped it all up and with him. And it was just, just one of those, really hard to find pieces that, one day, Dave.
It's like I'm after, because I've got the Disney the Disney did the film the Black Hole, and they had the little robot Vincent there. But the one I had was this one. Now this is just a bigger version. It was Old Bob, but to get Old Bob in the original line, you're looking at $1,500 US if you can find him. just crazy. And I remember having it as a kid, and I think my parents paid 50 cents for it. But yeah, you just sort of can't justify dropping like 1,500 US. That'd be like 2,000 Australian, to get a figure that you had back when you back in the 70s. It's just crazy.
There you go. Scotty letting us know about the cheaper BK University. Yes.
Yeah, the price is right on those Burger King, 3 3/4 Universal Monsters. Like they're some of my favorite fast food toys that have come out. They're really cool.
Good on you. You can always trust PGM for the dad joke there.
Did you not see it? I just showed the stand. It was just a stand on my foot.
Touche.
Hang on, let me get it back. I've got it here.
Oh, there you go, Dave. There's Universal
$1,000
Monsters. Oh, there it is. Look at it.
There you go, PJ. There he is.
Play case going for $1,000. $1 dude.
So what's that in UK? Around 600?
Yeah.
Again, can't justify that price. I would love to pick one up, but
not for that price.
No.
Fair enough.
That's a good question from Brooklyn in the chat.
Have I got? Well, my problem is I'm a little bit behind in the chat.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Sorry.
So sorry, Brooklyn. I will hopefully get there. There's a lot of people saying hello, and I've kind of missed out on probably a few people in the chat there. So apologies for that. Well, I've seen this one about Ed. Ed, do you have a set of mobile?
I don't know about those. I should look those up.
Explaining. Yeah, if not happy to help you out. Aussie exclusive.
Yeah, so...
Do you have a video on it, Scott?
Look, a little bit off topic, but I don't have a video. They've probably appeared in a toy hunt, but it's pretty cool. I don't even know where mine are. I'd have to go digging in a tub, which I'm not going to do while I'm the Fuel Company released. And it's an Australian exclusive for turtle collectors, which is pretty awesome. They released in 1990 a set of little pullback cars, one for each of the turtles. And yeah, they're a set and send them over to you, Ed, because there's so many incredible 80s and 90s toys that I see in every second toy hunt that at a UK toy fair or a US toy fair. There's very little that we have in Australia that is Australian exclusive. So maybe Dino and I put a set together when we find when we next find it.
The very brightly colored ones.
Yeah, they're very brightly colored. Okay. They're little pullbacks. One of them's a plane. One of them's a little like Formula One race car. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
That's sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. But it's interesting. They're not very hard to find here, but they're uniquely Australian. So we'll find a set.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll show. I'll show my next slide now.
You're right, man.
Yeah, I forgot. It is it's interesting to chat, but I think I just keep forgetting to moving on. There you go, Skeleton Warriors. This is why I mentioned to you, Scott. I went, are you going to show these? Because if you don't, I'm going to show them.
Wow.
Because these are excellent.
You're rude not to, mate.
I've got the whole set. They're all loose. That's Dr. Cyborn. And then this one's Oracula, so he's quite interesting with all these arms and legs there. He's got his weapons, but I just haven't put them all in because
he's got a lot of weapons.
Yeah. So there's Oracula, and then
those are amazing.
These and look at it, and the sculpt. I can't believe the sculpt and just the chrome. So that's the horse. So just flash around this side. He's got
Is that Playmates?
Yes.
It is, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he's not articulated the horse, but that's just some of them. But there's a bike as well. But these are a very cool line. I think Pixel Dan did a video. I think Andrew on the Skeleton Warriors.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Theo from Slimehouse is also very keen on those.
Done it as well. Yeah, I imagine it's quite a popular '90s line for us toy collectors. But yeah, Skeleton Warriors. That's definitely in there. All right. Should we just go one more round? and just go show your favorite. And if you want to just
Such a cool
do
line.
an
It's a shame it never.
was it Scotty? He's paused.
I
He's
can
got
do
an
one more,
Sorry, mate.
but then I gotta go. So
Cool. Yeah.
You do?
I'll do one more.
Okay,
So
I'll make.
I got my
Oh.
Inhumanoids tendril with me
Oh,
right here.
wow.
Wow.
So Inhumanoids, was it Hasbro line? I'm not sure actually right now.
It is Hasbro.
Hasbro, really big, awesome, epic monsters. They also have like tinier figures.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the action figures that come with them, but the big monsters is just like
Wow.
perfect. They have like
Huge.
These are
that
awesome.
little shield, light thing that goes in, so that turns into color. They all look really gross, but the cool thing about these is you can kind of like just pop them with any line and it'll work, you know.
Yeah.
They're just really cool big monsters, so you can have them fighting anything. Like, there you go.
Look at that.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Let's go on.
two of my favorites. I'm jealous.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So how was that packaged, Ed? Did that come in a big box or something?
Yeah, a really huge box indeed. And like in the box they're going for a ton of money, honestly. But this was something I found in an antique mall in the US. I paid up for it, so it's not like it was like $5 or something like that. But yeah, I saw it and I knew I needed to have it. Like these teeth, they break off fairly easily, but they're still intact, so it was a no-brainer to get that one.
That's awesome.
Do you have the vehicles at all, Ed? Like
no, I've seen the vehicles, but I have not yet. Oh, there you go. Yeah, the one. Sweet.
It's the
Terra
Scout.
Scout.
and it's like this box is just amazing. So it's unbuilt in there, but yeah, that's amazing. That's something I couldn't believe that I'd found at a collector-con in Australia. It was absolutely amazing.
That's
Shout
awesome.
out Tony B. Thank you.
Okay. I gotta go, guys, but thank you so much for having me over.
Yeah,
and,
nice to speak to you, Ed.
Excellent.
yeah,
Thanks, Ed.
hopefully I'll
Yeah,
see
absolutely.
some of you guys at Sandown, and yeah, thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks to everybody.
Thanks for coming on, Ed.
Yeah, no,
Thank
nice to
you.
speak to you,
Thank
mate.
you.
Nice to meet you.
And,
Thank you, Ed.
yeah.
Appreciate
keep collecting, guys. So
Yeah, keep
see you guys
collecting.
later.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Always. Have a
There
good
you
one,
go.
mate.
All right. Shall we move on to Andrew again? Show us your
Andrew
number one creepy little item in your
Oh,
collection.
well, okay. Number one, I don't know if I'll step on anyone's toes, but
Hello, Travis.
I'll get these ones. And for number one, and that's Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Ah, Beetlejuice,
Oh.
yeah.
I hope I didn't step on your toes, Scotty, or anything. But yeah. So the Beetlejuice.
It's big.
Yeah. So that's the shipwreck one. I think this was part of the
No, not at all, mate.
like the Haunted Humans line. I think this one was more with
So
that one.
Is that Kenner, Andy? Is it Kenner?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are Kenner. Yeah.
Right.
No,
Massively familiar. I
1989.
know they're there, but I'm not massively
Yeah.
familiar with them. I know they're out there, but yeah, right.
Yeah, so I got that one. I got Ortho.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, Ortho.
These are
from
based
the-
on the cartoon, right? Yeah.
Yeah, these based on the cartoon. So yeah, and
Cool.
I got Adam Maitland. He's got his. So he's got the here
Got
where
the face.
the head where he
Yeah.
very scared. But they never did the girl. They never did was it G Davis or whatever her name was.
So he's got his eyeballs on his fingers as well.
Yeah.
That's good.
And of course, I got the main man. I mean, I got some loose as well. You know, I got the only one I'm missing out of the set is the haunted flyer. There's so I've got the car and the other quick changing coffin thing, and but I need to get the haunted flyer to round out the vehicles.
Is it the bike? The bike.
Yeah, the bike. Yeah, so
The
there's
bike,
the bike. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting actually because it's funny with the new film that's come out. I've noticed in the last few fairs that I guess people are wanting to cash in on Beetlejuice, because I'm seeing a lot more Beetlejuice stuff at the fairs, and I was almost tempted actually to dip in, but I resisted. But yeah, it looks a great line, and that coffin in particular looks a really cool piece.
Yeah, I got the coffin there. It's on the other side there.
That's nice. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the Brooklyn question. I finally got down to it. Have any of you guys way overpaid for something that you desperately needed in your collection?
That's a good question.
Scott?
I mean, there's probably something that I've paid. Look, I've probably got things in my collection that I've paid slightly over the odds for, but I just refuse to way overpay. I'm very, very patient when it comes to collecting. I mean, I just know that most things that I collect will come up again. And because I don't collect new, like modern items where it's like you have to get it now, or like they're not going to re-release it. Yeah, I think I'm fairly confident in saying no, but I don't know. Like I might emotion.
Don't know,
but I don't think so.
Okay, Dave, Luke,
what about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably the same as Scott there. I mean, my finances don't allow me a lot of the time to overpay for something, or way overpay for something. But I'm a little bit unlike Scott. Patience isn't my strong suit at times. I'm a little bit monkey see, monkey do. You know, if I see something showing something, see someone showing something and I like it, I'm a bit like that. Oh. And I'm straight on, and I'll find the best one at the time, or what I feel is the cheapest example at the time. So, I mean, my budget is extremely modest. I probably have, like Scott said, probably paid more for something that maybe what it is necessarily worth or market value, but I've never paid an obscene amount of money more for something just to get it because I've seen it and I wanted it. And so yeah, I'm pretty good with my finances, but I'm not patient. But I don't think I've ever way overpaid for something.
Dave?
I usually get caught out with the modern because I buy a lot of modern toys, and
yeah, well, I've stepped away from.
Just get caught out because they release a new one, and you rush off buy it. Then it appears in another shop for about 30% cheaper.
Yeah.
And that really hurts you. Yeah, I really hate that. I get done like that all the time. I just get too impatient and you grab it. And then it comes out somewhere else for cheaper on sale or something like that. And they go, oh, crap.
Yeah, you're right, Andrew. Yeah. What about you, Dave?
I don't think so. I may have unknowingly overpaid, way overpaid. No, because I think like all of us collectors, right? We don't just sort of chuck the money around for no reason. We try and make sounding. I don't want to say use the word investment, but sometimes it is because there have been cases where I've bought a bundle of stuff, and that's been a lot of money, but that actually turns out to be a good deal because individually you're getting the stuff for a better deal. So I don't think I can say I've way overpaid, but I'll tell you when I get to sell the collection.
That's it. I think I'm the same. Like I think because you have in mind
finding items at the right price is the hunt.
Yeah.
Like you research.
Sorry, Matt.
Right?
I was just saying finding items at the right price is part of the hunt.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you've researched. You know what the ballpark figure is, so you know what you should be paying for an item. So, like I do remember the very first item, the He-Man item I wanted to get back into my collection was a complete He-Man for $50, and at the time I thought I was overpaying because like I had no idea what they were going for, and I paid $50. And now I look back now and go, well, that back in 2000, that was probably a good price, but at the time I felt like I was overpaying, but I just wanted it, so I just paid it. So everything was new. All right, Lukey, did you want to show your final item? If you've got a special mention, honourable mention, feel free.
Well, I'm very aware time's getting on, so I was going to say, do you want me to show this, and then I'll maybe do honourable mention, whatever. So again, I'm very much in the same vein, but I just think they're so cool. So I'm going to go with this guy now.
Ooh.
So we've now got the Supernatural's Bat Bopper, which is basically the bad guy's vehicle as opposed to the good guy's vehicle. Again, Steve Darby. But I always struggled thinking I wouldn't get the Ghost Finder. The Bat Bopper was even harder to find and acquire. And then Steve gifted me this, would you believe? And the story behind it was this popped up on a Facebook group, and Steve claimed it, and it was meant to be a Christmas gift. He was going to keep it for Christmas, and it's meant to be a Christmas gift. And when he claimed it on the toy group, he messaged the guy and said, "Would you mind taking it down, because the guy who I'm buying it for, I don't want him to see that I've claimed it." And he didn't do it in time, and I spotted it, and I messaged him and was like, "Dude, you've managed to get a Bat Bopper," and he was like, "Dang, it was meant to be for you." So bless him. He just sent me it. He didn't keep it for Christmas. He just sent me it. So absolutely love that thing. And again, it's got the missile, but I keep it in the cab because it does tend to fire out. But honourable mention. I'll be very quick, but I just, again, sticking with the same theme. But I had to show this because I love it. Which I just think it's awesome.
And box as well.
I absolutely love this thing, and I loved it when I was a kid. And so and it's what's got in the back. Let's just see that episode.
Have you done a video on this, Luke, at all?
I haven't, because it needs potentially a tiny bit of work, restoration work. Not mentioning anyone on this video, and it's missing one piece. Now I got it because I got it a bit of a steal, but it's missing probably the most vital piece, which is the key to turn it back. So when you obviously put a figure in the coffin and you turn the coffin, then it flips, and so there should be a plastic key with it. That was missing. I actually got that for £50. So I was like, even without the key, I'm buying it. So I need to get a key for it. However, the head, when you attach the head, it has like a little mechanism inside where you put a battery in, and then it has a light under the chin, and it shines down onto the coffin. I can't see immediately what's wrong with it, but it all seems a bit loosey-goosey and a bit rattly, and I can't really get the battery in properly, and it all just seems a little bit... So the bulb is there. I don't know if the bulb will still work. So it needs a tiny bit of work, but at the moment, I just love it though. If I can get a key for it, but I mean, you look for a key. If you find a key, people want £100 for it. You know, I'm not doing that.
Wow.
So
3D print one.
Well, I've considered that just to see if I can get one and use it to see if it works. But unless you've got the exact dimensions and blah, because I've put it out to people that do 3D printing, and unless you've got the exact dimensions and shapes and everything, it's not easy to do. How do you acquire that information of it for it? You know. Yeah, so I'm hoping I'll get one at some point. There is one on eBay for £90, I think, but I'm just not paying that for a key, plastic key.
Because then you'd fit into Brooklyn's question of overpaying.
Yeah, I mean that would then send me to 140, which nah.
Yep, Penaminovic, he's at it again. Who's next? Dave.
Okay.
You want
me to go next?
Yeah, we'll have you next.
So I'm going to show you something that isn't really horror or Halloweeny at all, but it is necessary to show. Yeah, it's a preview. So you all know I love Karate Kid, and this is Daniel from the Karate Kid. And there was a particular scene in the Karate Kid film where Daniel gets into a bit of trouble with Johnny and the rest of the Cobra Kai gang.
Yep.
Yeah, that fits. Yeah.
So this is a custom Karate Kid figure with the card, made by guys on I guess it's the Karate Kid collectors Facebook group, and they have done stacks of customs, and I particularly love this one. Obviously, Johnny in the skeleton Halloween outfit there.
That's cool. That's really cool.
And these guys do an amazing job.
Cool.
Wow. They do an amazing job, and the back is just like the old Karate Kid.
Oh, yeah, wow, that's
Guards.
custom. What a great.
And
what a
these
great
guys
job
have done
doing
so
that.
many customs, and they actually send the customs to the actors of the original film, and they
wow.
get pictures of them, get them signed. So it's pretty cool. So I love this, and
Yeah.
also if I can just get that in, you've got the sign there. It's pretty cool.
Well, it
Complete
kicks
with
it,
breakaway
yeah.
sign. Yeah, they've done such a great job on this, and
Yeah,
that figure is actually, of course, an original Johnny figure from the line,
Right.
but repainted.
What a great
That's
job
cool.
they've done on that.
Excellent.
So I love this. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
that's
cool.
my third one. There we go.
Definitely fits in.
Yeah, it did. I agree. Did you want to honourable mention it all, Dave?
Do you know what? The honourable mention has got to go to the real Ghostbusters, because
Ooh,
I think they did an awesome job
yeah,
Good
didn't
call.
they,
with
right?
Wolfman.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
especially when you
Yeah.
squeeze his legs and he does the action.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean-
yeah, that is good.
Come
oh,
on.
oh.
and I think they did a great job on the sculpt of this thing. It's a
I'd
great
agree with that.
figure, along with obviously Dracula. I think they did a great job on him as well, obviously with his action.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love these. I love these two.
Yeah, good shouts.
That is a great line. Yeah, that's a good call, Dave.
Yeah, good call.
That's a good toy line. I'm just going through some of these. Dino asks, "What's your favourite Treehouse of Horror Halloween Simpsons episodes?" I didn't watch it. Andrew, can you answer that?
Yeah, I like the
Oh, mate.
the collector. Remember that it was the comic book guy, and he was the collector, and he collected all the real people and put them in the mile. I've actually got the toy thing for it, but it's on the other side where the Simpsons are, on the other side of the flag, and I can't get it. So
Yeah, I mean, is that Treehouse of Horror? I like the episode where they all get superpowers. Like, but
yeah,
Lisa
that's
just
Treehouse
gets
of Horror one. Yeah.
Lisa just gets fingernails that get bigger, and that's it. Something. That's a good episode. Yeah.
Hello, Randall. Thanks for joining us, Randall. Oops. I'm not sure. Emo Adventure figures. I know this was up from Better Feeling Films. Love the Emo Adventure Ninja Turtles recast of the Skelt Warriors. I'm not familiar with
Yeah,
these.
they're really cool.
Okay.
Can I show something else, Matt, or is Scotty next?
Is this your honourable mention? Chuck,
Yeah, you
bring
can
it
my
in.
honourable mention.
Yeah, it's your honourable mention. Bring it in.
Oh, bring it in. Bring the love. Okay.
Bring it
This is a 1999 film called Virus. So that was Jamie Lee Curtis was in it. So where they land on a ship, it was a Russian ship, and the people had actually been butchered up and put to get better with bits of robots, and so they had that one. See ones like this, you can see this sort of like they've got the robotics and that in the head. I think it had who else was it? Who played that character?
Was it Donald Sutherland?
Donald Sutherland, yeah. So he was in it.
Yeah.
This fella here. So it all come with these sort of like robotic with flesh parts on them, and with chasing around the ship and that. And
is this Trendmasters, or who made these?
These were made by Resaurus.
Okay, never heard of them.
Yeah, in 1999. I'm only missing one, and that was because it weighed about 2 kilos, so I can't get it back. And that was this big bugger at the end. He was like the final monster at the end of the film. And it was huge. It's actually like those figures are in scale to it. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, it was must weigh like 2 kilos of plastic. So it cost you a fortune to get it out from the US or something like that.
Incredible. Wow. All right, Scotty. Yeah.
I'll be very quick. I wasn't going to mention these, but then Simon in the chat mentioned them, so I thought I'd better show them. So for my honourable mention, I'm going to go the Burger King. These are really cool 3 3/4 inch scale figures of Dracula.
Yeah.
And a really nice Dracula figure with like a nice sort of pliable rubbery cape, a Frankenstein's monster with a translucent head, and I'll explain why in a moment, because there's a reason for that. Creature from the Black Lagoon, again translucent, and then a really cool Wolfman figure. These all came with accessories and play features. So Wolfman and Dracula came with a casket and like a coffin that they pop up out of with a fun play feature. The creature from the Black Lagoon is actually a water squirting toy. He's got a button in his chest.
Oh,
cool. And Frankenstein's monster came with an operating table with a blinking light. Sorry, Andrew?
No.
What was that?
No, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, so with a blinking. Oh, sorry, Matt. With a blinking light. So I had to give that. Sorry, I find this view weird where I can't see you guys, but yeah. So Universal Monsters Burger King figures are awesome, and then I'd be remiss if I don't mention one of my all-time favorite toy lines. I won't show the spider one. I'll give VTR Dave the respect he deserves, but yeah. Love me some Mighty Max.
Go for it.
Classic horror themes, and all the fun, gross out stuff as well. So
go on, show the spider.
Love me some Mighty Max. No, well, the spider one's set up with all the minifigures out on display. I was going to grab it, but I'm lazy. And look, I'm sure everybody in the chat knows, but these are obviously micro play sets that open up with tons of minifigures and detail inside. And again, the kind of thing that's really hard to show the detail of on a live stream. But one of my favorite few toy lines to collect. I absolutely love Mighty Max, so had to give them a mention.
Well, you got the zombie one for me. I love that zombie one.
So Scott, when you did
we
that
just leaving me
on.
Yeah, the Zomboid is awesome. I love that.
Scott, when you did your video on the Burger King Universal Monsters, I thought to myself, they're really cool. I might have to pick some of those up. So I was looking around and I ummed and ahed about it. But when I did I did a restoration of a Godzilla for a guy in the UK, and I took the Godzilla back to Sandown where he was stalling. And I was looking around his stall and everything, and he had the 4 Burger King Universal Monsters there in the packs, unopened. I thought, oh, they look pretty cool. I just thought to myself, they look pretty cool. I handed back the Godzilla to the guy, and the guy said, "Oh, how much do you want for the repair?" I said, No, payments needed. I just enjoy doing this stuff. And he turned around and he picked up the 4 Burger King Universal Monsters and said, "Here, have these." And it's like, that is just awesome. Wow. So yeah, so because of you, I now have these Universal Monsters. I daren't open them. I know they're probably can be found quite easily, but I daren't open them now.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I bought those 4 from the States, and like in the US, they go for like sealed in the package less than $10 US each. Like maybe I bought them a year ago because I did a Halloween video last year. I think I paid maybe $50 Australian for the 4 of them. So they're very cheap. So, but they're the kind of thing that you fudge. They come with glow in the dark stickers that utilize artwork that is very reminiscent of the Remco Mini Monsters card backs. And those fun accessories and play features. So far more fun in that form, I think, than in their little baggies.
Yeah.
More to see. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Yep. Got to check out Mr. Reynolds' reviews.
Yeah, there's a few.
Yes, right.
In fact, check out this morning's video if you like supernaturals.
Ooh, so, yeah. All right, I'll finish off, I guess. And this one is thanks to the man in the lab coat. Thank you, Andrew. He knows that he knows that Kurt Russell is one of my favourite actors, and one of my favourite movies is The Thing. So I'm going to. These are, of course, McFarlane figures. More movie maniacs. I'll make myself big, and this is just freaky. Look at that.
Dear me.
Yeah, it's a mess, isn't it? He's even got like fuzzy hair. Good on you, little fella. Look at that.
He looks like Bert from Bert and Ernie, doesn't he? With that fuzzy little head, fuzzy head bit on the top.
That was excellent. Look at that. This is creepy. And then it comes with this set when the head fell off the.
Yeah.
Then there's upside down. I'm holding his eyeball. That's anyway. But these were. Andrew said you can have these. You got to fix them though. So I've stuck all the legs back on with. And they look amazing. It's got to be gentle.
Yeah, they're very brittle.
But that's his eye. That's one of his eyeballs there.
And they've been scaled to your McCready figures, aren't they?
Yeah, so I've got Kurt Russell standing up there. I don't really want to show my backside on TV. So I think he's up there though. Let's see if you can see. There's Kurt Russell up there. There he is. See up there in the big hat? That's Kurt. So anyway, that's yes, he goes really nice with these movie maniacs. But yeah, that's it. That's oh no, but I've got one for Dave because he got to have one for Dave. It's Shelob.
Oh god,
that is freaky, isn't it? That's Shelob from Lord of the Rings, and look at that.
That's the same size as our spiders out here too, you know.
Yeah,
Funnelweb. Yeah, Funnelweb was the inspiration for that.
No thanks.
oh my word.
Oh.
And then there's Aragog as well. Like you've got Aragog.
Oh,
It's too bad. But there's these lovely big giant spiders that go, I want to eat David. I'll wrap him up in
I
silk.
tell you, I just have hassle with this one. I can't believe I'm going to go and pick it up now.
There goes any chance of Dave visiting us.
I have hassle just with this little guy. I mean,
Yeah.
look,
Toxid.
yeah.
You call that a tiddler?
Well, that's it. That's it now. I'm freaked out for the rest of the day.
We just use a tissue for those ones.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Well, that's. I think that's it. that's our creepiest toys in our collections. Yes. So I'm just going to finish off with the chat because I'm wary that we're just about on the 2-hour mark. So I'll just go through the chat now, just so people get people's comments. Yeah, nice, correct. Yeah, that was very good. I know Scott's been talking about the reaction figures in there, and he picked up a Vincent Price. Yeah, Chad McQueen. Shocker. Let me see the messages. I think the Snow Tour is my favourite Star Wars. Yeah, okay. Which one is that one? Is that because I'm a little bit behind, so I don't think you've seen that before.
I assume it's this guy.
Okay, yeah. Because it's the custom one. Okay, yeah. All right. Sorry about this. Well, how about as I flick through them, we'll start winding up. And Luke, did I just hear right saying that you just dropped a video?
This morning, yeah, it was a little bit later than normal, but yeah.
Okay. I missed out on that one. I didn't see it. But then I only dropped it maybe half an hour before we came on, so you wouldn't have. Yeah, you probably wouldn't have spotted it. Okay, cool. What's it about?
We had a visitor from the US a couple of months ago, so it was just about who came to visit and a few pickups and a couple of places we went, and yeah.
That's a little bit different, isn't it?
It's a tiny bit different. I mean, it does finish with hands in camera showing stuff, but yeah, a tiny bit different.
That's all right. I mean, if you've done a toy hunt, that's what you kind of do.
Yeah, ish. Not a lot around here to toy hunt.
No, I know. Anything else coming up on Reynolds Reviews?
It might be a while yet, but I am attempting a very different style video than what I normally do, but it's a way off It's a way off being finished yet. So yeah, I don't want to give too much away. That's about it. The rest of it is just normal stuff, show and tell. Yeah.
That's all right. And Dave, any toy hunts or restoration videos coming out? I know you released.
Yeah, the videos will come out when they come out. That's my usual style.
Yeah.
So I'm sure for sure there'll be Sandown. I think I'm going to go and visit Adam next week at his toy fair, but I don't know if I'm going to do any videoing or not. I've got there's a Toy SOS episode that I've had recorded for it's probably over a year now, and I feel sorry for the guy that I did the work for, but I really should get that edited and out, and I might do that soon. And then I do have a few other restorations on the go, but it's just finding the time to cram everything in at the moment. So so the videos will come out when they come out. But just keep chugging along. I'm trying to get towards. I've got a goal now, which is to try and get to 5K subscribers.
Oh, you'll get there, Dave. You'll get there, no problem.
I'm kind of hoping it'll be by the end of the year, but I think it's going to be tough to get there. But I'm getting closer, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, how much you at anyway? I don't.
Yeah, you can't be far away.
Right now, it's at just over 4,800, so just under 200 to go. Yeah.
They're like
see if I can get there. Grinding away year after year.
Nah, we'll never get there. Scotty, what about you? I know you're working on something, and you're working on something soon, and it's coming out, I guess, this week, maybe. Scotty's camera seems to be like it seems to be out of whack.
The dog is snoring away, so I was just on mute.
Yep.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right, Scotty. But you've got something coming out.
Sorry.
I'll just wait for your response.
Yeah, I'm working on a video at the very soon.
The end.
I'll be back.
And Andrew,
it's got a storm going through or something. What's going on with him?
Oh, I don't know. He's just dropped. I don't know. Yeah, no. We haven't had any storms, so I'm not sure what's going on with Scotty's. Maybe it's just his internet.
Yeah.
Maybe Australia needs to get better internet. Well, and Andrew and I, we're just working on. We just decided to. Well, it was me, and I just roped Andrew into it. Doing it. It's called Jurassic Week, and it's just a whole 7 videos. So I know that sounds insane, but and Leanne's probably she's got the poos with me because I basically spent all day yesterday just filming 5 videos. And now I've got to edit them and put them out over the course of the week. So
you don't have to edit mine though. Just put mine. Yeah.
They've been done in a way that there's minimal editing. So no heavy editing. But that's going to keep coming up because it's Godzilla's 70th year this year, and it just so happens that it falls on Sunday, the 27th. So I thought, every time I mention Godzilla on our little live streams that we have, that people go, "Oh, we want to see your Godzilla collection, your figures." So I thought, well, that will be the final one, which will be the Godzilla toy collection to celebrate Godzilla's 70th. So that's what we're working on. So people don't fall asleep during Jurassic Week.
Jurassic Week, yes.
But we've got Collecticon too this weekend. So we'll probably do a little bit of filming there as well. Incorporate a little bit of fun. Yeah. Well, I think I said to Andrew, let's incorporate a bit of fun into it and have a bit of a challenge. Whoever finds them, because it's Godzilla's 70th, whoever finds the most Godzilla figures, I don't know, wins bragging rights. I don't know, but
the biggest Godzilla, maybe.
The biggest Godzilla, that might be worth double 5 points. All right. Well, thanks, guys. I hope you had a little bit of fun showing.
Blast, as always.
Yeah, it's a good one today.
Always a pleasure, mate. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
thank
you. Love doing them.
Thank you. Thank you very much, chat, for joining us. I'm sorry I've been so far behind in the chat, and I've probably missed just so many of your comments, and I do apologise. It's not on purpose. It's just that I've been wrapped up trying to keep the live stream moving and there was quite a few of us. And we have a lot of diversions, don't we, guys?
Yeah, well, I suppose conversations naturally branch off, and not easy to steer the ship and keep on top of the comments, Matt. I don't think,
No,
you do a good job, mate. You do a good job.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Lukey. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We really appreciate you guys hanging out.
Thanks,
We'll
everybody.
catch you next time on Collectively Speaking. I think we're going to do Christmas one, right, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
A few weeks before Christmas. All righty. Thanks, everyone. We'll catch you next
Cheers,
time.
everyone.
Collectively Speaking.
See you later, folks.
See you later.
Everybody.